I was sworn in the Marine Corps, as well as when I was sworn in the U.S. House of Representatives, I swore to defend the Constitution against enemies, both foreign and domestic. I took that pledge and take that pledge very seriously. Out of control spending has become our nation's enemy. And in fact, Admiral Mike Mullen, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, before he left that position, said that our nation's debt has become the greatest security risk we face as a nation. I will not rest until we defeat that enemy, folks. We must. In fact, in 2007, when I went to the U.S. Congress, when y'all elected me up here, I was represented Habersham, Raven, and Towns County, and several other counties between here and Athens. Y'all sent me to Washington, and I've been taking a stand very firmly against that out-of-control spending. And in fact, just in the last 2 years, I've supported and promoted more than $155 billion worth of targeted spending cuts to stop this runaway spending. Let me give you some examples of some of the cuts that I propose. Right now today, we're spending almost $70 billion of your hard-earned money on the U.S. Department of Education. The average salary of those fat cat bureaucrats who've never taught a child to read is $102,000 a year. I say, let's close down the Department of Education. Let's leave those dollars here in Georgia. Let's get the government shackles off teachers that No Child Left Behind and now Common Core is putting on them, so that we can have a world-class education system right here in Georgia. And while we're at it, friends, let's shut down the EPA too. We've got to be good stewards of our environment. There's no question about that. But we can do that right here in the state without spending billions of dollars on bureaucrats that's destroying jobs and destroying our economy today. Both parties are guilty of spending money we don't have. Both parties are guilty of building a greater debt and a larger government that is spending too much, is taxing too much, is regulating too much, and is sticking its ugly nose in your business too much, and it has to stop. Now we see the IRS is attacking folks that seem to be enemies of this administration. And we also see the NSA wanting to read your emails and getting your phone records. That has to stop. And while we're shutting down things, let's shut down the IRS also. And you'll hear candidates say how they're conservative. They want to stop the spending. And folks, look at their records. I'm the only candidate in this race that believes in the Constitution of limited government, enumerated powers as our founding fathers meant. The only one. I'm the only candidate in this race that's been in the trenches trying to stop this out-of-control government. And the only candidate who has the will to say no to leadership, and I will continue to say no to leadership and say yes to you, to your freedom and your liberty. I've never voted to raise the debt ceiling. I've never voted for a stimulus bill. I've never voted for a bailout. I've never voted to raise your taxes. In fact, I believe if 10% is good enough for the Lord, it ought to be good enough for Uncle Sam. And the only way we can do that is by you sending leaders to Washington in the U.S. Senate that will stand firm on the Constitution. I am that leader, and I'll continue to fight for your liberty, for your freedom, for your children, for your grandchildren's future. You see, the three words that will tell you who I am and what drives me: conservative, constitutionalist, Christian. There are 4 questions I ask myself about all legislation. All 4 questions have to be yes for me to vote yes. The first, is it right? Does it fit the Judeo-Christian biblical principles that our nation was founded upon? 2, is it constitutional? Is it constitutional according to the original intent of our founding fathers, of enumerated powers, of limited government? Constitutional, according to what our founding fathers said, not what the Republicans and Democrats, the liberals and conservatives operating under in Congress today. 3rd, do we need it? 4th, can we afford it? And I'll pledge to you today, as your U.S. Senator, I'll continue to vote that way. I'm Paul Brown, the father of 3, grandfather of 2, the husband of my wife Nikki for 28 years. She'd be here with us here today, but she's marching in her parade down in Walton County, representing me there. And she gives y'all her regards. But you see, what I've been doing in the U.S. Congress is fighting for their future. I'm fighting for the future of your children and your grandchildren. I need your vote. I need your support. I need your check. Most of all, I need your prayers. Because you see, with your prayers and with the grace of God, this is a campaign that we will win together. We will restore liberty and freedom in America. Thank y'all so much.